this is Nemesis Stars, and today's video I'm going to be talking about the problems that's going on at the moment with with Sony. So apparently the problem with Sony right now is they did an increase on the tiers. If you already don't know yet. So first tier is Essential, which looks like to be stuck around the same, but I think that's going up to around 80 quid, I think. That's basically what I've been hearing about it going up to 80 quid in the end. So that'll probably happen at some point, even though it's around $59.99 at the moment. So just bear that in mind because that will be going up. So the other one is Extra. Extra is apparently $99.99. It used to be cheaper than that. So that's basically going up. So Extra is going to be like nearly 100 quid, which is the one I'm on right now. And it's a rip-off, so I'm thinking about going down to the lower one, Essential instead, because I'm not paying, I'm not paying around 100 quid just for Extra. It's too expensive, and it's like taking a lot of my money out of my wallet, which is horrible apparently. So the next one up is Premium, which is higher. It's around 119 or something, I think, which is even more expensive. So that's actually horrible. And a lot of people right now are complaining about this because it's hurting everybody. Because nobody wants to pay this. The only reason I actually paid for the Extra was so I could get more choice of games. But I don't see myself doing this now because I'm actually considering canceling and downgrading the Extra, so I just end up sticking with the normal subscription instead. Which means I'm going down to Essential instead, so it'd be cheaper. But I don't know, I just feel like the upgrades are not really necessary. They shouldn't be forced on people. You know what I mean? They should basically not be forced whatsoever. It's clearly horrible for, this sort of thing to happen. Because, also, my sister is also, shocked by the prices and such. So really, pretty much everyone's shocked. MK's shocked about this, and such. So a lot of people are gonna be shocked, with the whole subscription shit and whatever, you know what I mean? It's also like what would eventually happen? I think the cards are separate. I think like the normal cards where she just used to buy mainly. I think that's gonna be normal. I think, except the tiers. I think the tiers is the only thing affected by now. So pretty much that's the only affecting thing you're gonna get, I reckon. Because I don't think they can really change the cards and up them a lot, so the cards are pretty much staying the same, I think. So yeah, the only thing that's changing is the tiers, mainly just the tiers. You're gonna be like charged a lot just to go for it. So like I said, so apparently I think Essential is gonna go up by to 80 quid. From what I've been hearing, either 70 or 80 quid at the most. So I mean, I kind of feel like, you know, I didn't really mind paying less, for extra before, but now it's just a rip-off. It's just a laughing stock, just a laughing joke. Like, how dare Jim Ryan do this to fans? How dare Jim Ryan do this to everyone that pays, to pay online? And really, though, nobody should be paying online, at all, because, you know, it would have been wiser to not do it, you know, not to pay for online, because if you remember the PS3 didn't have this. It was free. It was free of charge. You didn't have to buy a subscription to keep it going. It was fine. The only thing, it was just paying for games and such, and that was it. It kind of puts Jim Ryan to shame that the PS3 did better. But, you know, with the PS4 and 5, Jim Ryan owns those, apparently. Well, yeah. He's not a great guy. He's ruining the, company as a whole, which everyone just wants him gone. Because if he's gone, the company would get better. That means he's not, like, making the company worse. Because he definitely has lost it, and other people have basically also talked about this in videos and such. It's actually going on all over Twitter right now, because they're talking about the prices on such. Most of them are canceling, and such, not actually, you know, paying for it and whatever. Some are moving, apparently. Some are moving to Xbox or a PC or something. Because they do not want to pay the price increase, so they're moving. So, you know, it's a good thing, actually, to do that, because it gives the other company more support. But I don't know if Microsoft might do the same shit, you know, for their Game Pass, once you see, Sony doing the price increase. I don't know if it'll happen for Microsoft, or they might just stay as they are now, because staying as they are now is a better approach rather than outpaying everyone. You know what I mean? Because nobody really wants to, because, you know, if Microsoft started doing it and whatever, then everybody would be even more pissed. They wouldn't pay it at all, they'd move somewhere else, because that's what Sony's doing. It's dividing the fan base, dividing them so they'd move away, so they'd do other things, and such. It still shocks me that they're doing this. Oh my gosh. Jim Ryan just needs a kick to the head. And I actually mean that in a little, in a manner of speaking, because for years I've had to put up with all these issues that Jim Ryan just can't seem to fix. A lot of things he's gotten rid of with the company. He did get rid of PS Home. That was his fault. He got rid of the PS Communities. That was on the PS4, by the way. He got rid of that. I was mad, because that was a good thing, you know, to be able to, like, dwell with other people in the fan base. Then there was, what else? I know he also got rid of the, camera feature in, you know, in PS chat, in the party chat, that feature on the PS3. He actually got rid of that. That made me mad, because that was a really good feature. It's a shame, you know, it didn't get, like added to the fore, because, you know, I miss that old feature. It was a great feature to have, to be able to do stuff and whatever with it, you know what I mean, all that stuff. I mean, it is a shame, some of that got removed and whatever. Yeah, and him having a bloody paywall also makes me mad. You know what I mean? Mainly because Jim doesn't know what the fuck he's doing with payment and whatever. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He doesn't care for the fan base. Also, he got rid of backwards compatibility because he's stupid. He's really stupid not to do that, because backwards compatibility would have earned him more money, and his way was that he would want to play these old games. That was his quote. That's what clearly he has said about that. About him actually thinking old games are not worth playing, when actually they are. They could gain more attention. You know, the love, whatever, because most games deserve to be brought back, because they do a lot well, you know, with old gamers, especially new ones, and they delve into those games. Like, for example, Outbreak. Outbreak deserves to come back, because that's one of a good game that actually deserves, you know, like, to be on the PS4 and such. So it deserves that treatment. Same with like other games like Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 3, Dino Crisis, the Discworld games, Road to El Dorado, and, you know, and all those games, mainly, you know, like, every single game, especially Digimon World 4, Digimon World 3, Digimon World 1, Digimon World, 2, and so on. You know, all those games. There's a lot of games out there that could come back in some sort of format, like Breath of Fire, Breath of Fire 2, 3, 4, and so on. I didn't really play the first, second, and whatever, Breath of Fire, but I only played 4, because of the characters. But, yeah, again, that's what they should do, bring them back, because, again, you know, because if, they get added, to the console and whatever, you know, if some of them were, like, PS Plus, sort of thing, where you'd pay, like, where you'd basically sometimes get it as a free game or something for that certain type of month, it would be a good idea sometimes, but also, it would also be a good idea to, like, put it on the store so people can, like, purchase it and keep it forever, so they can be able to play it a lot, you know, because people want these sort of games, and they want to be able to play non-stop and such, so, but Jim Ryan doesn't really care enough to do that, unfortunately, which makes a lot of people mad. Usually he thinks it's too much money or something, but that would basically make a ton more money than, what he's doing now, mainly with the whole system, you know what I mean, all that stuff. I mean, no wonder he couldn't pay the resources when it came to the 5. Yeah, he couldn't even get, like, a pretty good, design model, looking absolutely brilliant and such. He just makes a console that looks like trash. But regardless, I'm still getting the 5, regardless, based on its design, but, I'm not even going to, look at it, probably, or look at it much, because I'm not really interested in looking at its ugly design. So, yeah. So, back to the tier, thing, so, yeah, so if anyone hates this thing with the price increase and whatever, you know, no matter which one you're on, try downgrading. It would really hurt Sony, but I don't care, really. I mean, Sony deserved a lesson. They need to be taught a lesson. Because if they're taught a lesson, it really tells them that nobody wants this. Nobody wants to pay the price increase. No one. Everyone would rather stick to the normal, usual prices. Because, you know, that's better. And such. So everyone should literally do that. Just go straight down to Essential instead. which is a lot cheaper than the other versions and such. And if that goes up, then yeah, a petition. That means there needs to be a petition free of charge so that everybody can vote on it. Everyone can vote on it for it to go up and change Sony's decision, to really make them change it. So then, because of the fan base charging at them or whatever, they'd have no choice but to change it. Because a lot of people would be pissed, and they'd be even more happy when Sony realized their bloody mistakes and change it to please fans. Because it's not a good thing to anger the fans. It's bad. It can be a really bad thing to anger them and such. So, yeah, so really charge at Sony. Give them all the hate, make videos on them at the moment and such. You know, do all that raging that you usually do in a rant and such. Yeah, so apparently that's all I've got to say for now, and such. So really that's all I've got to say and whatever. So if I hear any more things about Sony and whatever, you know, with the changes and whatever, then I'll probably make another video ranting about them and such. So stay tuned.